So why does probate take so long? Hey guys, it's Brad from probateHouseGuy.com. Thanks for checking out this video. So I am a real estate investor in the Atlanta metro area, but I buy houses really all over Georgia. In fact, I buy houses all over the Southeast. I've purchased homes in multiple states at this point. And I specialize in probate. So I've been doing this for a number of years, got a lot of experience in doing probate deals. That's pretty much most of what we do. So today I'm going to talk about why probate takes so long. And there's a lot of moving parts in probate. I would say the number one thing that obviously takes the most amount of time is you're at the mercy of the courts, at the government, and it just moves at a snail's pace. That's just how government is, right? Also, because you're dealing with government and you're dealing with the family, or the family of the deceased, there's a lot of moving parts from that standpoint in terms of sometimes it takes the family a long time to get their information, documents and so forth to the probate attorney to then file it with the courts. Especially when you have a probate attorney, they're kind of like in the middle. So you've got the family trying to get the documents and the information to the probate attorney, and then the probate attorney has to file the case with the court. So then you have sort of this almost game of telephone, and where sometimes messages get construed, and also from a timeline, the timeline gets stretched out a little bit because the attorney's office isn't working on the weekends. The courts aren't working on the weekends. If you don't get the documents to them by Friday, then it's Monday before things get filed, blah, blah, blah. You get the point, right? Another thing that takes probate a long time is the fact that sometimes the families can't agree on things. Obviously, that happens more often than not, where the family of the deceased are fighting over something or can't come to an agreement, or somebody doesn't feel like this is fair. And then if they get into the point where they're having to contest a will or whatever, you get in a lot of back and forth. So that's obviously one factor that can take a while. Another factor that actually can add time to the fact is that a lot of times you have to publish a notice to creditors, and that information has to be published out in whatever the local publication newspaper is in that specific municipality. Each county has a specific sort of newspaper that they will publish this information in, and that needs to be published for a certain period of time, typically 4 to 5 weeks. And that needs to be put out there, giving a notice to creditors that, hey, so-and-so has passed away. If you have any claims to the estate, you need to notify so-and-so. So that takes a while because you really can't do anything while that process is happening. So you're just sort of stuck in a waiting game. And then once you get to that point, now you can get on the schedule. So then you're at the waiting point of that. So it's sort of a bunch of craziness, a lot of things going on. And then once that information is approved and so on and so forth, then you have to schedule to get sworn in. So the executor or the administrator is going to have to get sworn in. That could take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Maybe their schedule's busy. I don't really know, right? There's a lot of variables involved. That can take a while. And then once they're sworn in, then they're going to get their letters. Typically, they can get them there the day of the court. But a lot of times nowadays, a lot of executors and administrators are getting sworn in via like a Zoom call, in which case then their letters testamentary or their letters of administration are going to get sent to them via mail, and that can take a few days. So that's basically, for the most part, what takes the longest time is once you get that information, or once you get your letters, then you can sell the property, sell the assets, and then that takes time. You got to sell the assets, you got to sell the property. All that takes time. So you're dealing with a lot of variables. You're dealing with government. You're dealing with multiple parties involved, and that just takes time. So my suggestion to make this go as fast as possible is make sure you have all your paperwork in order. Make sure you're working with a reputable probate attorney's office who is quick about things. A lot of these probate factories, as we call them, that handle tons and tons of case volume, you're just sort of added to the stack, and they're not going to put as much priority in getting your case filed ASAP as, let's say, a smaller firm would do. And also, depending on the county that you're dealing with, it can take a long time. A lot of these counties got backed up during COVID, and they're playing catch up on all these cases because they essentially shut down for like 2 years. In fact, I want to say Clayton County was the one that stayed closed the longest, and they just weren't even hearing any cases or doing any cases, and now they're paying for it because they're so backed up on stuff that's taken forever. So I hope this answers your question. I know it's a long, drawn-out process, and you really just have to be patient with it. But at the end of the day, it will get done, and you just got to be patient with it. If you need things to move a little bit quicker, unfortunately, there's really not any way to move quicker other than the things that you have control of, which is making sure paperwork is filed, making sure you're staying on top of the probate attorney, getting things filed, making sure you're following up with the clerks of the court. I mean, a lot of times that's not really going to do anything, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? So those are my tips to hopefully speed up probate a little bit. But again, you're at the mercy of a lot of other parties that are beyond your control. So just please be patient. So thanks again. Hey guys, this is Brad from ProbateHouseGuy.com. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.